Now, apparently the heat that you get from the oven is different from the sort of heat you get from an hairdryer, right? And she had to do that to get the style that she wanted. But anyway, she comes into money or whatever, treats herself to a microwave, right?
It's not true. Carl.
Opens the door, jams the things, you know, like the little catch, so the microwave works. She jams it with a screwdriver or a knife or something.
Yeah.
Puts the microwave on, sticks her head in, boils her brain.
Don't be ridiculous.
Right? Well, why is that ridiculous?
Boils her brain.
She boiled her brain.
She boiled her brain.
And this is what's good about the internet. I went straight from that, and there was a subject about brains. And do you know that Russell Crowe, when he dies, is giving his brain to charity or something? Some sort of... some people who can do stuff with it.
She gave hers to Pot Noodle.
Vesta.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
boiling
the
a
sort of
skull.
Yeah.
That's not true. No.
It's not true, Carl.
It's the same as the woman who put her poodle in the microwave, isn't it? And all that.
Just urban myths.
They're urban myths.
But again, where does it start?
Someone made it up.
Yeah.
For a laugh. Supergrass, late in the day on XFM 104.9. There's too much to get through here, Rick.
Go on.
There's too many things we've got systematically.
Am I going to eat my words?
Well, before that, you know, we get emails all the time. They're coming through all the way through the show, and I open them, and a lot of them, because everyone's contributing, it's brilliant, but we can't really absorb everything. There's too much coming through. So I tend to open them quickly. I have a look, see if there's anything we can sort of make sense of, and close them again. Sometimes Carl looks at the emails as I'm opening them. One opened just a minute ago. You saw his face?
Oh, his face, yeah, what was it?
His face was just stunned. He was just absolutely dumbfounded. It was like he'd just seen something extraordinary, right?
And you closed it quickly?
I did close it quickly. I'll tell you why, right? Always got to bear in mind how Carl's mind works. All he saw was the name of the band that this email was promoting. So all Carl saw, and you can imagine how excited he was all he saw was Half Man, Half Biscuit. That's all he saw.
I've never seen anyone so excited! Oh, God!
It was actually just plugging the popular joke novelty band.
How you heard of them, then?
No. Imagine how excited he was.
That is fantastic. Half Biscuit! Brilliant! Mr. Garibaldi! Oh, Half Man, Half Biscuit. That is genius. Oh, amazing.
I just saw it, and when you closed it again...
Yeah, but the thing is, if he hadn't have told you that, and he'd have erased it, next week you'd be saying, about what they've done in scientists, they've cloned a man with a biscuit. He's got currants for eyes.
Never go swimming.
What?
Never go swimming.
Anyway, just to, I don't know what the...
Peace Train. Isn't that brilliant? Cat Stevens. Now, well, I've sort of enjoyed the last sort of, hour or so after the disappointment of the Sonys. I think we are going to give up, to be honest. Do another week and then shoot off.
Yeah, knock it on the head.
Okay. We are doing it for a laugh anyway. But
if they're not going to reward us for that, then
do you know what I mean?
It's not really worth it.
But I'll tell you what could... But what about this? Carl, can you find out who was on the panel? Can you?
But what difference does it make?
Well, I want you to interview. I want you to phone them up and I want to tell them why they didn't think our show was any good.
Let them explain themselves.
Just explain themselves. They've got to stand by their convictions. Find them all, track them down. There's probably about 300.
What do you expect then?
I want to tell the truth.
No, you're right. The monkey news should have, done the job for you.
I just want people. I don't want to sit in a room and hide. I want the 3 people on the panel. I'll find them out to say we didn't vote for you because we thought it was shoddy, amateurish, annoying, there was too much swearing. I'll go, fair enough, well done, mate. You. We didn't vote for you because Carl's voice is an irritant. Okay? Okay, well done, mate. You're alright. We didn't vote for you because, Gervais, you're a fat, useless git who understands nothing about broadcasting. And your mate Steve...
knows something.
Yeah, and I'll go, right, I'm not so happy with that, but at least you told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But... Get them on the phone. Find out from Andrew.
I noticed none of them have mentioned me, which is good.
I know,
They think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. They probably all love Steve.
No one likes to pick on an invalid, though. Do you know what I mean? I'm just...
we got a player request here for what's her name? Who's don't leave it, Steve. Sonia, who's 18 today. We couldn't find William. It was really nothing wordsmith because whoever is in charge of the library, I mean, they probably won an award for it. But you know, she didn't ask for 4 non-blondes, so I found There Is a Light by the Smiths. So a week to go.
It's not. I'm not.
And can I just say that I really look forward to this show. Like, you know, I get, oh great, we're gonna do a show and we're gonna play some tracks we like and have a laugh. But now it's, I'm looking forward to meeting Karl.
Of course.
Honestly, I come in and I see his face and then I go, alright, and I'm, you know, just great, like just a little friend. Do you know what I mean? You know when a kid comes on to play with a friend, you go, oh, and they're gonna come out to play, and it's like little friends. It's like that with Karl.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't see him in the week, you see. We deliberately stay away from him in the week so that he'll be fresh to us.
Yeah,
it was, go on.
You start off friendly, like you did today, and then as soon as Steve turns up, you start getting nasty and saying things about my little bald head.
No, I said, look, okay, right, listen, let me explain. Karl was making the tea, and you know those bins, the sort of like a round sort of Metal Mickey type bin that you can take off the thing? I went, oh, that would make a good little helmet. It would make it look like Metal Mickey because it's the same shape as his head.
Sure.
Right? And I put it on and
so far, so good, Rick. No problem there. That's just 2 mates having a laugh.
Right.
You're putting a bin on another man's head.
Right. Right. So I put it on, and the swing bit, through gravity and the angle, swung and hit him in the nose.
Sure.
Right? He went, ow! And I went, I said something like, it's alright.
Yeah, of course, because you were being amused.
Yeah, I said, it's alright, don't worry.
Yeah.
And he went, no, I've just washed my hair.
Yeah.
That annoyed me.
That did annoy you, sure.
Because there was lots of, like, shit and coffee and horrible gunk.
In his hair, or?
No, in the inside of the bin.
Sure.
But what annoyed me is, he's hardly got any hair.
Let's be honest, he looks like Moby.
Yeah, so I said, I took the bin off.
Yeah.
And I was having a laugh, and I thought, You've
ruined my fun, is what
you know what I mean? I said, what's your hair? I said, we could do that now in 30 seconds. Yeah. And he looked at me like I was in the wrong.
I know. Rick, that annoys me about him.
I know.
That doesn't annoy me about him. But otherwise, he's like childlike.
Yeah,
you know, in so many other ways. He doesn't understand that he's hurting your emotions and your feelings. Bandage One Boy, Once Around the Block. Classic, a retro cut.
Getting a bit sad now, Steve. 20 minutes.
Indeed.
Right. I've got so much to say. I've got so much to leave people with about Karl, all the things he's done. Looking back, Karl, do you remember when I put up the waste paper bin on your head?
Classic
time, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that? What did I do to you today?
Well, you tried to bring the same memories flooding back to me by putting the same grotty bin on my head, but the annoying thing was, last time I did it, it was quite a new bin.
Yeah.
Did it today, it's rank, all sorts of stuff on it.
What else did I do when I saw you go around the corner down there? Go on.
I went to get the paperwork and that you need to produce the show.
Yeah.
And, came round the corner, Ricky was sort of hiding, and I was concentrating, reading stuff, and he goes,
I don't imagine it was as soft and gentle as that. I imagine it was more like...
Exactly. Like that. And I tell you what, I nearly exploded, because he sort of hopped on one leg, right? And he sort of, I don't know why I'm doing this, but he sort of was walking out and we're looking down, and I went, and he hopped like that, and his face
rest assured, listeners, that if you were here, it's not any funnier than it is if you were listening at home. It's only amusing to Ricky.
It makes you feel really refreshed.
He was going on and having a heart attack like that, and I was nearly having a heart attack laughing, and he went, I feel good now. He said, I can see why people skydive. He said that would be good for people that were ill. Oh, Karl!
They've made me feel fresh.
How am I gonna live without Karl for 14 weeks?
Oh, you'll find other people to be irritated.
But before that, a little bit of monkey news with, oh, chimpanzee that, monkey news. Karl Pilkington.
Brilliant. Nice to have, I haven't read that for a couple of weeks.
Go on then.
Alright, so, is that this little monkey?
Oh, yeah.
Who lives in Morocco.
Right, I'll just warn you now, you're on thin ice from last time, okay? So, make sure, is this real?
It's been
Don't say anything stupid, think about it. As you're saying it, think to yourself, oh, is that true? Do monkeys do that? Do they think like that? So, go on then.
So anyway, yeah, so there's this magician in Morocco, right? He's got a little monkey working with him, right? The way it used to work,
magician used to do his thing on stage, do a little bit of magic, people loved it. Then the monkey came out, had a little cap, walked around the crowd and stuff, got the money, had a good little team thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the monkey's name was 86.
Right.
Because back then there was so many monkeys, it was like, oh, what names, do you know what I mean, what names do you use, what do you do? So they just named them, right? So this little monkey...
What, he had 86 other monkeys? What?
No, it's just that because a lot of monkeys were sort of working back then, helping magicians out, you know, doing bits and pieces, busking, what have you.
Well, Rick, you know how there's so many...
Why would there be a confusion with that? If he only had one monkey, where's the confusion? People would go, oh, I'm not going to go and see that, I want to see 86, he's the better monkey. Do you know what I mean? What does it matter?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, why do they need... where was the confusion? With people going to the circus and going, what monkey are you going to go see tonight? I don't know. It wasn't a billing, was it, with a monkey?
But Rick, it's just the same with humans. You know, there's so many humans now that we can't give them names anymore.
Yeah,
they all have to have numbers.
Exactly, yeah, there's so many humans, you know, with 5 billion people, we can't give them names, it's impossible. But, you know, with a few monkeys
anyway, number
working...
122, go on.
So, anyway, there he is.
86.
86.
With his hat.
With his hat, walking around, getting the money.
Yeah.
Anyway, the magician sort of, you know, thinking about moving on. Because in Morocco, he'd sort of done all the tourist traps.
Sure.
So he had a word with the monkey, said, how about we...
See?
No, let him continue.
Think.
Let him continue.
He didn't have a word with the monkey.
Let him continue.
So what do you think about going over to Spain?
Yes. Sure. So, the monkey was in agreement?
So he said, oh, go on then. Right, so they get in the car, and, like, the magician knew he'd have a bit of a problem on his hands, because you're not meant to take monkeys out of the country.
Yeah.
Right? So he thought, right, what I'll do, I'll get a car, right?
Right.
Stick the monkey in a boot, right? Get on the boat, and hopefully sort of, you know, stick it in some luggage and what have you.
Yeah.
We'll be over there, we'll be earning big money, everything's going to be great. So the monkey was like, brilliant. So they get in the car, they're on the way to the boat, and pull over at a petrol station. And just before filling it up, he opens up the boot and he goes, "You all right in there?" And it's like, yeah, it's sound. So he leaves the boot open so it can breathe and get a bit of fresh air whilst it's filling up. Goes in to pay the money.
Yep.
Pays the money. Goes, I'm just paying for the.
Right, this monkey is not going to drive away in that car, or we're never doing this feature again.
Carl, what happens? What's number 86 up to?
So 86. So
that's the ending, isn't it? That's the story.
Come on, let Carl finish the story.
It better not be.
Brilliant. You're gonna love it. Right, so he's in the petrol station, and he's going, right, I'll pay for pump 4. And the fella says, what are you talking about,
pump 4? Isn't that a monkey? No. Sometimes I use numbers for monkeys, sometimes I use... No, I mean pump 4.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
he says, what are you talking about? There's no car at pump 4.
Right.
Keep going.
Sticks his head out of the door.
Yeah.
The monkey's giving it some. Went over to Spain on its own.
I don't know what to do.
Well, hang on, let's just get a couple of the facts right here.
Right, what do you mean, couple of the facts? Right, there are no facts.
So, number 86. Number 86 he drove to Spain.
You are... honestly, Carl, you must know.
It was an automatic.
Right. Carl, you must know that is shit. There is no way a monkey...
That's the thing with this feature, though.
He gets stopped at customs.
It's mental.
How would he get through customs, Carl? Has he got a passport?
No, he was sneaking about because he didn't have a passport.
So he parked and then snuck through.
Do you want the facts?
Let me see it. Right, I'll examine this, Rick, and we'll play a record.
Play a record,
I'll
because I can't... That's nearly as bad as the armed robbery. Right, go on.
Yeah.
Play a record.
Bit of suede.
Yeah, Stay Together. My favourite.
One of 86's favourites.
Hey ya! Outcast, XFM, 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. It's that time, isn't it? Rockbusters.
Whee!
Come on, Carl, what you got for us?
Alright, well, do you want to say what the prizes are?
The prizes are back this week.
Really?
We've got...
I'll be the judge of that.
Actually, what am I talking about? No, there's a 2-disc set, Rock and Roll Legends, on the cover there. We've got Buddy Holly, Elvis, Roy Orbison, and Little Richard. So
no one wants that, baby.
Nobody's interested. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, a DVD. I'm a Nick Cave fan and I wouldn't watch it.
No, you'd watch it once at most when there was nothing else.
Knowing me, knowing you.
No, I mean, Nick Cave's good, but when do you watch rock DVDs?
Yeah. Knowing me, showing you a great series, obviously, but once again on
VHS.
VHS. Who wants it on VHS?
Yeah.
Where are all the bonus features?
Absolute pointless
The
so
only thing
far.
that's half decent is this enormous hardback League of Gentlemen book, which is the scripts and all sorts of other stuff. If you're a League of Gentlemen fan, you'll love it. If you're not, I guess it's a good Christmas gift.
If you're not a League of Gentlemen, there's nothing in this for you.
No, exactly.
So,
So, you know, you can either enter for the hell of it.
a pile of rubbish. What's the well, not as bad as the competition, I suppose. So, go on.
Right, well, you know how it works. Cryptic clue.
It's not really cryptic. It's
Well,
usually wrong.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
Right, so the first one, there's 3 of them, you get them right, you win the stuff. First one,
I'll get him close. I mean, 'cause you could win this if you got one right, possibly.
if you go to Chepstow, you will.
Was that a clue, or is that a point? Is that something?
That's a clue.
Right.
All
Say
right.
it again.
If you go to Chepstow, you will.
And what are the initials?
Just S.
Just S.
Right. Second one, E.T. is upset. What's up with him? Alright. E.T. is upset. What's it upset for? What's wrong with him? Right.
Different. So not cryptic. So go on.
M.E. The initials there.
N-E?
M.
M-E.
M for mother. M.E. Alright. And the third one, I had a tape with,
Jesus. Imagine Bob Holness doing this in the gold run
I know.
against the clock. Right. I had a tape. No, I had a tape with some.
listen, I had a tape with, like, Humpty Dumpty on it, and Hickory Dickory Dock and that on it, but I've broke it. Alright?
Constantly listening it to trying to figure them out.
Trying to solve the crime.
Exactly.
Who pushed Humpty?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
initials there, B.R. Right? So, first one, if you go to Chepstow, you will. The initial S. E.T.'s upset. What's up with him? Right, what's up with E.T.?
Don't know.
What's up with E.T.? E.T.'s upset. What's up with E.T.?
Yeah. The initials there, M-E, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through that one more time.
Yeah.
If you go to Chepstow,
They're
you
like
might.
jazz questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Just free form.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. E.T.'s a bit upset. What's gay? What's that? What? Hey, dude. What's the matter, man?
And I had a tape with, like, Humpty Dumpty on it, Hickory Dickory Dock, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Doesn't work anymore. What's gone on there? Right?
What's gone on there?
B.R.
First time we said, well, you broke it.
Well, I broke it then.
Is that important or not?
Yeah. I broke it.
And so it's B.
B.R.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, well, you can text if you have a mobile phone. So everyone, there's no excuse to not take part. 83XFM is the text. 83XFM. Or the phone number.
I think
No,
I
we're
know
not
what-
doing the phone, obviously. We
I think I
don't
know
want
what the B might stand for.
And otherwise, it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. We'd love to hear from you.
Oh, it just sucks the lifeblood out of
It
me,
does, doesn't it?
just listening to Rockbusters.
Something to bring you down even further, although it's a beautiful, beautiful tune.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Ryan Adams has got a number of different albums out at the moment. One is called Rock and Roll. It's not great. Don't really bother with that one. Do dig out, though, Love is Hell Part 1 from Ryan Adams. It's available at different places, and you'll find this on it. Track 5, Wonderwall. His version of Oasis is
Absolutely
wonderful.
beautiful, isn't it?
It's a treat. XFM 104.9.
Yeah.
Rockbusters.
Yeah, they'd be loving this. Right? 3 clues were, first one, if you go to Chepstow, you will. Right? The initial was S. That was C, horses. Alright? That was the answer there.
I'll give you that.
That's
fair
fair enough.
I'll give you that.
E.T.'s upset. What's wrong with E.T.? What's wrong with him?
Yeah, right.
The initials M.E.
Yeah.
What's up with him? It was Missy Elliott. Alright, Elliott.
Doesn't count at all.
What?
Doesn't count at all.
Missy Elliott. You know what I mean? What's wrong with E.T.?
What is that with him?
No, just let him explain it. Sorry, Carl, do it again. Well, I wasn't listening. Do it again.
Elliott, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's in E.T.?
Yeah, just do the clue again.
Right. E.T.'s upset. Well,
Yeah.
so he's looking a bit sad and that. What's
What,
up with
E.T.
him?
the extraterrestrial?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Right. And his mate,
Yeah,
who's in it's called Elliot.
yeah.
Right. He's upset. What's up with him? Well, he's Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott, what's she got to do with it, though? I don't understand.
No. The way you'd say it, you say, "What's up, E.T.?" And it go, "Oh, Missy Elliott."
Why would he
Missing.
mention her? I don't understand. Was it a thing in the film?
Missing.
She wasn't even around.
Oh, missing?
Oh, Missing Elliott. Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
that
no.
makes sense, Carl. But
No,
her
no,
name-
no,
she's not
no,
called
no,
Missing Elliott.
It's meant to be about rock
Cryptic, that's
stars,
what I
though,
always
isn't it?
say.
Missing Elliott, isn't it? So it's meant to be about rock stars, isn't it?
It's
Though?
just cryptic, though, isn't it? Cryptic clues. And
Oh no, that's not cryptic. That's shit. You.
Right, the third one. I had a tape, and it had Humpty Dumpty on it, and
I love when he says Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty.
Hickory dickory dock and that.
Yeah.
But the tapes broke.
Yeah.
That was BR. Buster Rhymes.
Say that again, I dozed off.
Sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Who's the winner, Steve?
No, it doesn't. No, do you mean busted?
Well, it's kind of like that. Cryptic.
No, it's not. No, cryptic doesn't mean change it, so it's not the same.
Steve, who's the winner? We got loads of right answers, so...
It's interesting, this email
weird,
system, it flashes up suspected spam. If it, you know, spam is that stuff that gets sent around the internet.
Yeah.
And it flashes that up if it thinks it's going to be a spam email. And every time it comes in with a Rockbusters answer, it just says suspected spam. In a sense. In a way. Let's give it to Catherine Jakeways from Hackney. She's got those answers.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
See, there's always other things going on in my mind when I'm in that pub quiz. For me, it's just a little bit of fun.
Sure.
It's a night out. Do you know what I mean? Suzanne enjoys it.
Yeah.
Bit of a get-together. We have a chat beforehand.
Yeah.
We have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But there was other things on my mind.
Carl, I could do that here. I don't have to lose a tenner.
Wait, what were you thinking during the quiz then, when the questions were coming out? What were you thinking of?
Well, what it was, right, just before the quiz started, I had to go to the toilet, right, because the rule is, right, people who don't go to it, once it starts, phones off, no more toilet. They take it dead serious, don't they, right?
Yeah.
So, I went to the toilet. Now, I'm not being out of order here, it just got me thinking, right? I went to the toilet. The gay fella in there, right?
There was a gay fella in there.
Gay fella in the toilet. Now,
How could you tell?
How did you know?
Just typical, you know, everything about it, right?
Everything about it, right, yeah.
Oh.
What,
Just
large
what-
handlebar moustache, leather cap.
Butt plugs, ammo nitrate. Could I just say that these views do not reflect the views of the management of XFM or me and Steve.
Or most of the people in this country.
Go on, Carl. What's your problem?
Yeah, but this is what I'm worried about, really. But this is why I only got Danny Minogue right. Right? Because this was floating around my mind. Went
She's
to
a
the
big
toilet.
gay icon,
Now,
isn't she?
going to the toilet, they have like men's cubicle and they have women's cubicle.
Yeah.
Now, without sounding out of order, is it wrong for me to think gay men should have their own little cubicle?
Go in!
They should have their own... Well, not cubicle, you mean an actual toilet, I
Yeah.
suppose.
When I was at the urinal,
Yeah.
normally, you know, there's a fella there and you go, alright. And there's no pressure. But I couldn't go. I was thinking, should I wait? If I go into the toilet, it'll look obvious.
Yeah.
I had loads of pressure, and
But
this was
what were you
going on.
worried
I'm so
about?
sorry.
What were
I'm
you
so
concerned
sorry,
about?
viewers. I'm so
Well,
sorry.
it's like, right, listen, when I was a kid, right, and it's alright for you to go into women's toilets when you're a kid, it's like, oh, it's a bit cute,
Yeah.
right, as long as you're not, like, over 15 or something, right?
Right.
But when I was a kid, I went into a toilet, and women, when they use their little cubicles, they don't shut the door. Some of them just sit down on the toilet,
Yeah.
right, and you see everything, and, no, seriously, that's probably one of the first times I saw, like, a woman.
Yeah.
That, right, and my Auntie Nora when she was staying over.
What happened with your Auntie Nora?
She was, she's into wearing caftans.
Into wearing what?
You know, caftans.
Oh, yeah.
What caftans?
Big, bellowy sort of dresses.
Right.
And, yeah, I used to sit on the floor at home in front of the telly.
Sure.
She was on the chair behind.
Yeah.
She did a bit of a, sort of a Sharon Stone scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
There was no underwear?
No.
What age were you?
What was it like?
What age were
It
you?
was like a ripped tennis ball. So.
What? Right, we're off air. We're off air. Either that or put us in for the Sonys. That's how I'm living. Ice-T. That's how I'm living. Bit of old school hip-hop.
Where's RT? Alright.
Good point, yeah.
Go make me a cup of coffee or something.
Well, before you do that, can I just qualify something? I'm a little bit concerned
Yeah.
about your toilet discussion. What exactly is your point again? I was just a bit bemused.
You see, it's a tricky one. All I'm saying is, right, there was at the pub quiz, I go to the toilet, not thinking about anything, I try to go, right, there's a little gay fella next to me.
I love this little gay fella.
Now, the weird thing is, there's nothing stopping him having a little glance, right, because he's allowed in the fella's toilet.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not allowed to go into the woman's toilet. and have a little look round.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, should they have another toilet area?
What, for gay people?
Yeah.
And so this would be gay men and lesbians? Is that going to complicate things?
Well, I mean, I can only assume. I mean, to what point? Answer your question, right? If you're intimidated, that's a shame. But you know, most gay men aren't looking at your knob. You know that.
What do you mean?
I can only say that 99.9% of gay men who use a urinal standing next to what they assume is a heterosexual man aren't looking at his knob.
What are they doing then?
They're emptying their bladder.
No, but the thing is,
I can't talk politics for Carl.
You're saying, like, you know, about would you have one toilet for lesbian women and gay fellas, right?
Well, does that mean? Yeah, would it be mixed? Would it just be?
Well,
would it have a man on one? That's heterosexual man. One little picture of a woman on the other, and then what? What would the little icon be?
A man and a woman?
A man and a woman.
Just having a chat?
Yeah. In pink and dot
But
lines.
you couldn't mix them, because then what would happen is you'd get people who are going, oh, I'll play up to this a bit.
What, pretend to be gay?
And yeah, you know, sort of grow a moustache and shave their head.
And pretend to be a lesbian.
Right. Yeah. So, I see, so you know people pretending to be gay so they could go in and have a look at the lesbians?
Yeah.
Right. So that would mean that we need 4 cubicles now, wouldn't we?
Yeah, no, this is fine. 4 cubicles.
So every pub
How
now...
many toilets do we need at
Every
the
pub's
moment?
now got 4 toilets.
Oh, Carl, bisexuals.
Yeah, now interesting.
Bisexuals, how many toilets do we need now? Call the council.
Do you use any?
Huh?
No.
No, because they're interested in everything, aren't they?
Because the little bisexual fellow will be looking at your knob.
Right. With them, what
Yeah.
you do, you just have a door, you open it, and there's one urinal there, so you can't get a queue. They have to sort of wait.
I just thought that, well, why can't there just be a thing between the urinals? So no one can look at anyone else's knob.
Wait a minute. Just to go back to Ricky's point, what stops, even if we've got the toilet for gay men, what stops the gay men who want to have a look at your willy going in the regular toilet and pretending that they're straight?
Most men don't
Who's gonna police this?
wear gay across their
No,
head.
exactly.
They don't have a tattoo. There's no branding yet in the British house where they have to declare.
So we're going to have to expand this,
What
so we've
do
all got to carry identity
Do you know
cards.
you can see a gay, can you? Coming a mile off. No?
No, I'll just hold it in next time.
No. Can you tell gay men? Do you know a gay man?
I'd say probably if you did if you lined some people up
Yeah.
and said point them out, I reckon I'd get.
But hold on, we're not talking about people dressed in leather with the arse cut out and an handlebar moustache.
Yeah.
We're talking about, the everyday,
No,
non-seen...
of course,
Oh,
no.
well, yeah, but I mean, suppose I put you in a room and there was 10 naked men, right?
Yeah.
And there's 5 gay men and 5 hetero. Could you walk along that line looking at those gay...
Am I naked?
No, you don't have to be naked. Why would you have to be naked?
To catch them out.
Play a record!
How would you catch them out?
No, don't go into it. Don't go into it. Don't go into it. Play a record.
Right, listen, still to come, right? We've got the monkeys thing.
Oh, chimpanzee that.
And when I was out last Sunday, right, at Johnny's birthday party,
Yeah.
Steve was there.
Yeah.
Got talking about stuff, and a debate that we didn't really finish cropped up.
It blew your mind, didn't it?
Amazing.
Oh, I know about this. Steve told me. This is the infinite amount of monkeys. Or a monkey with a typewriter at an infinite amount of time would eventually come up with the works of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
There was no debate. It's a philosophical, mathematical problem. There's no debate. It's true.
It wouldn't happen.
No, listen, Carl, listen. Infinity sorts it all out for you, right? An infinite amount of monkeys at a typewriter, right? They do everything. They type everything. Infinity just sorts it all out for you. There's no getting to it and they're going, oh, well, let's have a look what they've done. This one's come close. Did Romeo and Juliet. It would do it all. It would type everything ever possible, conceivable.
Yeah, but
it's a mathematical thing.
Well,
Infinity
we've
sort
heard your side of the argument, Rick. And I'll be honest with you, it's a persuasive one. But let's hear Karl, because he heard about this in a pub last week.
Yeah,
so
what's
he's
your
got some
problem?
strong
What's your
ideas
problem with
himself.
it? What's your problem with it?
well, first of all, right, you're saying it's a load of monkeys. It's not just one monkey. That
Depends.
can live forever.
No, wait. It's either a chimpanzee with a typewriter with an infinite amount of time. He would eventually, by definition, mathematically, type everything ever possible. Okay, or it's an infinite amount of chimps with typewriters, and one of them will type it first time.
But already, that's not right. You either need to have
What do
one
you mean?
monkey.
What you mean?
Let's hear his
Employment
point.
laws.
He
What do you mean
can't-
it's not right?
Let's hear him out, please.
Okay.
If it's one monkey
Yeah.
with a typewriter that's got loads of ink in it and that, right? At least it knows what it's done in the past.
It's not.
Keep going.
Crime.
If you've got a load of monkeys, it's like if you have too many. What's that saying about too many chefs?
Too many chimps spoil the soup.
Right. Well, it's the same thing. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to put salt in it. I was going to put salt in it, and it messes it up. Whereas if it's just one, they know what's gone on. So what I'm saying is,
Just leave him go.
I can't be bothered,
I want
Steve.
to hear. I want to hear the rest.
This blows my mind. He doesn't know what this does to me. It's a mathematical problem.
I want to hear the rest.
well, it's just I just don't think it will happen.
What do you mean you don't think it'll happen? Infinity works it out for you, by definition.
Well, what's stopping them typing the same thing again?
They would. In fact, the problem should be, if you had an infinite amount of time, that it would type, that works for Shakespeare an infinite amount of times, and everything else an infinite amount of times. But, you know, that's not as...
But not Shakespeare.
Oh! Shut up, you idiot!
Rick, do you know what he said to me? I said to him, I explained it to him. I said, you've got an infinite number of monkeys, infinite number of typewriters. They will type the complete works of Shakespeare. He said, have they read Shakespeare?
You're an idiot! Play a
I said
record,
no,
'cause I'm not having this
they're not
conversation.
doing it from
I'm not
memory.
having it, because it really, really winds me up.
But you're saying they'll do it with no spelling errors.
Well, they do it an infinite amount of times. And they do it wrong an infinite amount of times. And they spell the last full stop wrong an infinite amount of times. And they do it and they get one thing wrong in Hamlet wrong an infinite amount of times. They do everything an infinite amount of times.
But are they going off a story that they've
Play a record, Carl, because I'm going to knock you out!
I'm just saying,
Shut up!
do they know the story?
Oh,
They're monkeys!
Oh, Christ.
No,
Right, okay. Lloyd Cole. She's a girl and I'm a man. Good that, innit? On
Very good.
XFM, 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
As
Yeah.
ever, Rick, there's always someone who steps in to defend Karl.
Okay, what is the defence? What is the
Here's,
defence?
Here's an email from Scott Coomer. He says, Karl is actually right. I've got an A-level in statistics and probability. It doesn't matter how long they have and how many monkeys you have. You cannot guarantee they would type the complete works of Shakespeare. Infinity makes it probable they would get it right, but not definite.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, you weren't saying, Carl. You don't understand it. Infinity sort of sorts it out. That if they do anything, they nearly do everything, won't they?
No, I mean they'll give it a good shot. on that.
No, that's not the point. But the
I'd
point
be
is this.
surprised if they did one page right.
Right, listen. It's not to do with consciousness. It's not to do with them aiming.
They are just bashing away at the keyboard.
It's like they're used to show that there isn't consciousness. They chose the chimpanzee because it can type, presumably,
It's
hit
because,
the keyboard.
it's because they hadn't come across you at the time.
Yeah. It's to take out thought out of it. It's to take out reason and trying, right? It's just random. They're saying that if you typed enough things, if the computer was left out typing everything, if you left it for an infinite amount of time, and they chose Shakespeare because there is meaning behind it, and it's difficult to get it exactly right, to show you that Infinity would come up with it's not just Shakespeare, it's every novel. It's everything.
Fairly eloquent there from Gervais. A quick riposte, please, from Karl Pilkington.
No, I'm just saying what I don't understand. If it hasn't read it, then how does it know where it's going?
Listen, right, okay, listen, right, I
Can I just-
can I just explain to people, right, some people have said, oh, why are you cruel to Karl? He drives me mental with things like that. What do you mean, well?
Can I just, let me just,
You do my
you
editing.
just take a breather.
How do I do your editing?
He keeps coming in the week. You know that I work here properly in the week.
don't I? Yeah. I've got a proper job, yeah?
Yeah.
Should be 9 to 5, but I normally get in at about 8 o'clock and work
A lot
till
of people
about
getting
8.
8 o'clock.
Working hard, trying to do my job. 3 times this week, I've been rushing around, I walked past my little studio, he's sat in there, alright? Now, because I've got this sort of job, I can get away with it. I said to him, if I was a doctor... would he keep coming to me practice?
If you were a doctor, there'd be severe problems with the NHS.
Oh, imagine that.
The standards would have lowered so much to if you can arrive at the hospital, you're a
We'll
doctor.
pop in, I'll go to lunch, don't we? We have a little lunch break, don't we? I go, come on, let's go now. He goes, I'm busy. I go, come on, let's go now. He's going, oh, you're doing me head in.
Well, when I was talking about the monkey conundrum with Karl, he said to me, right, if I had a day off work, and I was, say, watching the TV, and with one hand I was typing a typewriter, would I type Shakespeare? I mean...
Yeah, but you see, there's certain things. We were talking a little bit about this stuff the other week, weren't we? When we said you were going on about Einstein, and I said he's not that good. You know, E equals MC squared. You know, it sounds good, but I've never used it. And that. Right?
I've never used it. You haven't used 2 and 2 equals 4, Karl.
The fella with an apple fell on his head. You know, it could have been anyone sat under that tree. Do you know what I mean? It's just annoying.
Lucky. And Newton gets all the credit
No, do you know
for
what
his
I mean?
laws of the universe.
Well, other people were working whilst he was having a lunch break under the tree.
Okay.
So in a way, it's like he didn't deserve to have that success story.
Again, forget the apple and the tree and whether he was sitting down having a lunch break. It's totally irrelevant.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's certain things that will just happen. You know, it's like, I think we were talking, when we were out eating the other week, we were talking about Noel Gallagher.
Well, this is reason the monkey discussion came up, right? We would Noel Gallagher.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Rick, I don't want to misquote
I'm
Noel.
gonna be like Herbert Lom in Clouseau. I'm gonna get a twitch whenever he opens his mouth. I don't know where to start with some of his statements.
Well, as I say, this discussion began because we were talking about a quote that Noel Gallagher supposedly gave. Now, I don't want to misquote Gallagher, but the gist of it was that he said, had I written Wonderwall or whatever, instead of the Beatles writing Strawberry Fields or whatever, I'd be the one that was considered the great songwriter, and it wouldn't be the Beatles. You know, it's just the fact that they came first that meant that they get all the credit as being the greatest band in
I
the
don't know where
world.
to start with that statement either.
I mean, that's Gallagher's thing, and he's, you know, well, whatever. We know what we think of that. What was your point, Karl? You agreed with him, didn't you?
Yeah, I reckon, right? Do you know we've talked about putting a baby in a room before and it'll know what colour it is and stuff? If you've got a room that's painted red, right? But forget that, because that's going to confuse it.
Hear him out.
Listen to me. Say if they did some new TV show, right? Like, what's that film with Jim Carrey in where
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show, right? So they make up a little room, and some woman has some kids, and you say, right, let's put the kids in this room, and they don't know what's going on outside. They don't know anything about, like, EastEnders and that. It's like their little world, right? They don't know anything that's gone on.
How could a child survive without EastEnders?
Right, listen. So he's sat in the room, right? And then when they're all asleep, right,
Wait for this bit.
someone
Have you heard this?
Yeah,
bit?
wait for this bit. They're all in a room.
Yeah.
They're asleep.
someone pops in, puts a guitar next to the bed, right? Nips off out again. They wake up in the morning, and one of them goes, "What's this?" They don't even know it's a guitar because they've never seen one, right?
They're talking English though.
Yeah,
We just left guitar out of the vocabulary.
right. So
There's plenty more to come.
one of them will pick it up, and they'll go, "I don't know what it is," and they'll start strumming. They'll go, "That sounds good, doesn't it?" Give them a few weeks, they could come up with "Hey Jude," whereas typing Shakespeare, a monkey that can't even spell,
I see that.
they can't answer it. Can't
I
answer
might
it.
come with you, Rick, if that's alright. Because that's
we've got to sort out that Christmas special as well.
Yeah, no, sure.
Alright, I'll see you later.
I'm shooting off then as well.
Cheers, Carl. See you later.
Marcus has emailed. He says no to Rockbusters. He hasn't heard it, but it sounds rubbish. Believe me, you couldn't be more right.
Well, does The Office sound good as a title?
Right. This is someone else. Don't bring back Rockbusters. Please, can we have more Holy Fook?
You're not pronouncing it right, Steve.
I know. I was just a bit edgy there.
It's Holy Fuck, the little Chinese fella. Holy Fuck, the little funny Chinese fella.
No, okay, alright. Well, otherwise, Carl, other than those few negative ones, most people want to see the return of Rockbusters. So, do I
Go on then.
tell people what the prizes
Let's
are?
go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are these the prizes?
Yeah, they're the prizes.
Alright, let me have a look. We got the new album from Goldfrapp. What's this one here? Oh, I've no idea. The Yardbirds. A new album from the Yardbirds. On VHS, Coogan's Run, the show where different characters make an appearance each week, including, I think, Pauline and Paul Calf. Good stuff. Who the hell wants this? Meglos, a Tom Baker Doctor Who edition. And the only decent thing really in the collection, other than Coogan's Run, is the X-List, the double CD featuring lots of current indie favourites. So, not bad little selection there, Carl.
Yeah, well, if you are new, you haven't heard it before, I sort of give a cryptic clue, and then some initials.
I'd say it isn't cryptic. It's like, what am I thinking? That might or might not be the initials that I'm gonna say. That's how you gotta think, really. Yeah. But go on.
Do you want to remind them of any that spring to mind? Just as a...
Exploding Pet was Atomic Kitten, doesn't really work. What else?
I fell down in a puddle in Texas.
I got my legs wet. Knelt down in the puddle, got my legs wet. Wet Knee Houston doesn't work either.
Wet Knee Houston, Whitney Houston.
Jamaican, swinging a fish round. D-trout spinners doesn't work in the slightest. Doesn't work in the slightest.
That's how they work. So, there's 3 of them, you email in. So here we go then. Number 1. The gingerbread man has only got 1 leg. Right? The gingerbread man has only got 1 leg.
Got
the
it.
initials there. LB. LB, right? Okay. Second one. These people from the East Midlands swear a lot. Alright? These people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
These people from the...
East Midlands swear a lot. The initials TTD. Right? And, the third one. Have a holiday in Italy. Right?
So you've done 3 then?
TB is the initials on that one. So quickly again, the first one, gingerbread man's only got 1 leg.
Yeah, I've got that one as well. I've got that one. I got 2.
These people from the East Midlands swear a lot, TTD. And, the third one, have a holiday in Italy, TB. Email in with what the songs are and you win that stuff. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Hang on, it's not the songs, it's the artists, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, just the...
Oh yeah, like he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Email only, please, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
We got that going.
Yeah, looking forward to the answers on that.
Bit of feeder would be good, wouldn't it?
Alright.
I love it. I see you going 104.9. Good track, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Going all the way back. All the way back there. Wow, Rockbusters. The results. You've had a few real proper answers, I hear. So, either I'm wrong, or people do think like you. I've got 2 of them. What are the clues again?
Right. First one was, the gingerbread man has only got 1 leg.
I got that.
That was LB.
Limp Bizkit.
Right.
Yeah,
the
that
third
works.
The third one that I think you worked out.
Yeah.
Have a holiday in Italy.
Chewing Breaks.
TB, Chewing Breaks.
Yeah, this is the one I can't get. If there's a reason why I can't get this, we're not doing Rockbusters
Can
again.
I give the answer to this one?
Yeah.
What's the clue?
The clue, these people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Yeah. TTB.
TTB.
The answer?
TTD.
Yeah, go on.
Give the clue again?
These people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're never doing Rockbusters again.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're not doing it. You're never doing... You've blown it. You see, you sneak that one in.
Yeah, but I always like to sort of give 2 that, you know, are fairly easy, and then you sort of work out the men from the boys then, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean... If I'd have done a character called Tourette's Boy, friend of the little Chinaman, and it went, ding dong, oh look, it's Tourette's Boy, friend of, holy fuck, holy fuck, you'd have been annoyed. Do you know what I mean? Oh, who's your mate, Tourette's Boy? Holy fuck. You'd have been annoyed, wouldn't you?
Is that a character from Lenny Henry's show?
I can't remember whether it's Chris Moores or Lenny Henry.
Yeah, one of them. Anyway, the winner, lucky old Richard Perks from Birmingham. He's listening presumably on Sky. And so nice to have him listening. And that's Richard Perks. He's got those answers, all of them right. In fact, most people seem to get Terence Trent D'Arby or Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
David Bowie, Sorrow, on XFM 104.9. Nearly there, but, you know, we're working our way up to the grand finale. The bit where Karl spouts absolute nonsense from a dodgy source on the internet about a monkey who did something impossible.
Let's cue up the jingle.
Hang on. Alright.
Perfect.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news!
Right. Let's have a look. This one's from some woman, right?
Yeah.
And she was taking part in the London to Brighton bike ride, right? Lovely day, weather's good and everything.
What year?
She's just a couple of months ago. She's done all the training, right? Done all the training and stuff. Got a brand new bike for it. Got a little puncher outfit and stuff, all set for the day, right? It's a nice day. She sets off. They all start pedalling and that on the way to Brighton, right? So she knows the route and that. Got a little headphones on, cycling along. Suddenly...
Right, okay, I'll stop you now. If a cyclist overtakes her, and it's going really fast and it's sort of hunched over, but it's got, like, lots of cycling gear on and a helmet and goggles, and they can't tell what it is, but they just know it's like a little hairy fella, who hasn't bothered shaving his legs, which is weird, isn't it? Because cyclists usually shave their legs, and this bloke had really hairy legs. But, and it won. They gave it the medal. It won 3 years running. They gave it the key to the city. It had its own game show. And then someone said, hold on, though, this fella's sort of hunched over, and he's only 3'5", and his arms are longer than his body. It's a chimp! If it goes anywhere near that, we're never doing it again.
More monkey news next week.
She's cycling along.
So anyway, she's cycling along, right? And this tricycle...
I couldn't predict that!
There's always one element you can never anticipate.
Yeah! Got a kiddie's tricycle with a little kid on it. Little hairy kid with a helmet. Okay, just go on then.
Well, the tricycle comes...
Whizzing past, yeah.
him.
Strong legs, didn't they, chimps?
So she's thinking that's... But didn't get a chance to see the thing.
Oh, yeah, couldn't quite see the cyclist! Oh, God! You bald mank git. Go on. Yeah, research scientist Karl Pilkington.
So anyway, she gets to the end line, right? Yeah. And they got talking, it was a nice day, nice race and all that. So did you see... a little thing on a tricycle.
Thing? Well, a person, surely, just a human. Did you see that? No. Did you see that bloke on the tricycle?
So anyway, turns
tricycle.
out...
Yeah! Well, what did you say thing? Well, there's no suspicious. I mean, what did you say? Did you see that fellow on a tricycle?
Anyway, so it turns out...
Go on.
It was a chimp.
You're joking!
Right.
Well, Christ almighty, there you go. Unbelievable, and it was a chimp all along.
So anyway, right, so the woman's like...
We're never doing this again.
Checking out the news, right? There's nothing on it. She checks out XFM Monkey News.
Right, okay, I'll stop you there again. Right, if it turns out she doesn't lose, right, and the circus goes, we're looking for our chimp, it used to ride this tricycle, and it escaped with police chasing it.
No. So she listened to XFM, see if I'd picked up on the story.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't have it and stuff. So she got in touch with the organisers of the London to Brighton bike ride, said, look, saw a little hairy fella.
Why did she care?
Because she wanted to know, she thought it was a bit odd.
Well,
Turns out it was a chimp. They weren't happy about it.
Of course not.
Because now the owner of the chimp wants to enter it into the Tour de France.
No! Oh, God! I'm gonna die! Oh, God!
In 2005.
Now, a couple of questions. I trust you'll be able to answer these.
Oh, God! Steve, help me out.
How did it get hold of the tricycle?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. That's not an important point.
Like, that's important.
How
What's the
did
matter
it-
with you, Steve? He doesn't know that.
How did it know to... well, firstly, how did it know which way to cycle? But more importantly, how did it know there was a major bike ride on that day?
Just following the crowd,
No,
Steve.
no.
What's the matter with you?
The owner of it had trained it and stuff.
No, he hadn't!
It had already done the run beforehand, before the big day.
No, it hadn't.
Like I say, it wants to do the Tour de France in 2005.
No, it doesn't.
But there's something about animal rights. If they don't let it enter, they can kick up a bit of a fuss.
The animal rights is that it's cruel to make a chimp ride a bicycle.
Not if it
that
wants
it's
to.
prejudice that it'll go, is it because I is hairy? You idiot!
Right? So...
Wow, that is the worst. That is the worst one yet. Absolute twaddle. Absolute rubbish, Karl.
Have you got a tricycle?
Unbelievable. A second or third single?
Brilliant.
All the way back. 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Metal Mickey. On XFM 104.9.
Was it 10 years ago?
Must have been, mustn't it?
Wow.
I think, was Drowners 91? I think so.
Crumbs.
Yeah. Go on.
Right.
Go on then, Karl.
Second one then.
This is a bit easier, but I still think it's a good one.
So this is, we should explain what this is if you just tuned in.
It's one of those stupid lateral thinking problems.
That Karl himself has created.
Yeah, that was his homework.
Right, this one. It's a fella. He has a normal day doing stuff. Nothing wrong with him. Right? And
it's the twist in the tale. It's just like Tales of the Unexpected. Just a normal day, nothing wrong with him. Hold on, though, he's got the legs of a fish. Go on.
So,
that's why he's been hiding his legs.
So
Go on.
He does his
The legs of a fish.
Sorry, Karl, carry on.
He has his working day and that, and then he gets a bit tired. Goes to bed. He puts the light on, leaves it on, goes to bed.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That's mental. I can't think what's happened. Anyway, here's Radiohead. Right, okay. What? The question is, why does he put the light on when he's going to bed?
He's had a normal day, he's come home from work. Is that right? He's come home from work, or he's not been working?
Yeah,
he's just been out?
No, he's been working and stuff, I think.
You think? You've made it up, Karl, you can decide.
So, the question is, why has he put the light on when he's asleep? There's a reason that he's put the light on when he's asleep.
Has he gone to sleep?
No, Karl, don't shrug. You're meant to answer these questions.
He put the light on before he went to bed.
Yeah, and the question you're asking me is why? What's the scenario?
And the light's on and that, but he's gone to sleep.
Yeah.
He started reading, and then he fell asleep.
No.
Did he intentionally, for some reason, put the light on?
Every night. It's mad. Sounds mad.
That's Karl, doesn't it?
Every night he does it.
Yeah.
He puts the light on when he goes to sleep.
Karl, is the point of this, he puts the light on for a very good reason.
Not for us, but for some people.
He's blind, and it's always been on, and he thinks he's turning it off, but it was on in the day, and he thinks he's turning it off, but he's turning it on, because he's blind.
That'd be stupid.
That works.
No, that works great, Rick.
Yeah. Thank you, Karl. So you've got to come up with what...
Hang on. If you're blind, why would you put a light on?
No, he thinks it's off.
Yeah.
But why would he turn it on anyway?
Just think so he doesn't get burgled, so people know he's in, because he can't see him, so he just, like, he puts the light on when he's there, then he turns the light off when he goes to bed, so people think it's fine. But he's got it out of kilter, and actually he's walking around in the dark all day.
I don't believe that if you're blind you turn your light on.
I don't think you'd be living on your own, would you?
I'm not having that for a second.
Do blind people live on their own?
I'm not having that for a second. Well, some people do. Lonely blind people live on their own.
No, if you got bad eyes.
Any of them women? Are there any blind women who are living on their own? No, I mean, if you know of some blind women.
Oh wait, 700, 800, 1234. We've gone through this.
If you are a blind woman
with no standards and you don't care annoying voices and smell,
yeah,
then get in touch with you.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be within the ages of, say, 25 to 65. You know,
right.
Well, call it 75.
You fussy, you fussy all of a sudden. Yeah, go on.
If you were blind, would you live in London? Because someone said yesterday there was one struggling outside in Leicester Square. And I don't understand. If you were, I mean, you know,
that might have been a tourist.
But why come to London if you're blind? It's the worst place in the world to come if you're blind.
To hear the sights.
To hear the sights.
It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Well, they do the same job.
They have tourist needs like anyone else.
Yeah.
No, but it sort of stinks, and you'd go away going, oh, it's not that good. I just thought that I thought it was a bit weird.
Well, never mind your concern for the partially sighted or sight impaired people coming to London. Get on with this.
Yeah. So there he is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, a bit tired.
Yeah.
Just put the light on. Get to bed.
Yeah. So he turns the light on and he goes to bed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Should we play a track?
He's not sleeping on the job. He's a lighthouse keeper.
Well done.
Is he a lighthouse
That's
keeper?
not it, Karl.
He's a lighthouse keeper.
Right. Why wasn't the light on all the time?
Because it's light in the day.
You idiot. Play a record.
What?
Play a record. You're a buffoon.
No, actually, the light isn't on in the day, is it?
No,
Rick?
it's not.
I think you're the buffoon.
Yeah.
Karl has won!
Hey!
Yeah.